Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome to the solo next guide part 2, which is the shadow phase, the phase by phase guide. As you can see on screen, there will be links to the other phases. As soon as the videos are live, I'll definitely make those annotations so you can click on screen and go to any phase after this one which is troubling you. Definitely do check them out. So guys, in my opinion, the shadow phase is one of the two most dangerous phases at next, not because it's difficult to complete, but because there is a high KO potential if you don't know what you're doing. That's because of the shadow bombs. Now, after 5 auto attacks, next will jump in the air and say embrace darkness. When this happens, a black spot will appear underneath where your character was standing at that time. You have around 1 or 2 seconds max to move away, at least 1 square away. If you don't move away after 1 or 2 seconds, the shadow spot will hit you for up to 4k damage, and this happens every 5 auto attacks next does. So she will do 5 auto attacks and then she will do the shadow spot. So once you've done quite a bit of next, it is quite easy to realize when it's going to happen, and when you get really good at next, you can even use this to soul split, but I'll get through that later. If you don't move away, you will get hit for up to 4k damage, and it's really dangerous. She also has the engulf special on this phase, which is if she is in melee distance of you, or if you're in melee distance of her, she will hit you for a bleed, which is around 300 damage, but it's 300 damage like every half a second, and it can stack really quickly. This is why I'd recommend the gear setup that I showed, because it uses steadfast boots with a range setup. If you wear any range boots, next will stand in melee distance of you throughout the phase, and you will get hit for this massive bleed, making doing this phase almost impossible. Definitely take melee. I'd recommend steadfast boots or a tank melee boots, just in case. Make sure that next doesn't stand in melee distance, otherwise this phase is almost impossible. Now getting into an actual kill, when she says darken my shadow, the next attack will be a bomb. So what I do is I actually soul split at this time, because she doesn't do any auto attacks. As you can see, the black spot appeared when I moved, so I moved away straight away. And then you want to put on pray range. If you're not comfortable with soloing next yet, this is your first couple of times, I recommend not soul splitting like I do and just sticking on praying range. And as you can see there, when she starts embrace darkness, she will spawn a black shadow bubble underneath you, and you want to move away, otherwise you will get wrecked. As you can see, because I'm wearing steadfast boots, she doesn't come in melee distance of me, but if I wasn't wearing these, if I was wearing range boots that are in my inventory, she would stand in melee distance of me no matter how much I ran, and that would make the phase bloody hard. So what you want to do is just DPS, make sure you stay away from the shadow bombs. Even when you're killing the minions, she can still do the shadow bomb, so you want to make sure you keep high life points. I recommend trying to stay full adrenaline for the next phase, which is the blood phase. Definitely makes the next phase a lot easier, and try and stay high life points as well. Make sure you run away from the shadow bombs. Just for the people who want to be like MLG Pro, I will slow down the start. What you want to do is make sure you keep Pray Mage on until she says embrace darkness, or fill my soul with shadow, whatever she says. Darken my shadow, that's the one. What I do is, as soon as she says that, put on soul split and get ready for the bomb. Use one basic attack if you're quick enough, and you'll see there's a black spot underneath me. Click away, but keep on soul split, and then use a threshold. I like to use rapid fire. Now what you want to watch out for is, at the start of this phase, next can do 2 in a row, 2 of the shadow bombs in a row. Here she didn't, but you want to stay wary of that, otherwise you can get caught out. And as soon as she starts using basic attacks, put on pray range and just go about your day normally. So at the start, definitely she can do 2 bombs in a row, so you want to watch out. Don't automatically assume that she's going to start doing auto attacks. And this phase in this gear, in void gear, this phase is really nice for taking off your prayer and using resonance, because she does hit really hard when you don't have prayer on. Make sure you resonance first, take off your pray range, wait for it to hit you. As soon as she does, put it your pray range back on and carry on killing next. There's nothing special about that. And every 5 auto attacks, as usual, you'll see a black spot, just move away. And the worst thing that I found when I was learning to solo next is running away from the black spots while you're killing the minion, because you tend to forget about it and you're just focused on killing the minion, going to the next phase. So yeah, definitely while you're killing the minion, make sure you're still aware of the black spots and you're running away from them, otherwise it's really easy to get KO'd. Black spot plus a couple of auto attacks and you're just dead, even through prayer. So definitely watch out for the black spots, which is what I've been saying all video, because that's the main part of this phase. So yeah, shadow bombs are bad. And the trick I showed you at the start where she does fear the shadow, you can use soul split whenever she does that, because she won't use any basic attacks for 2 or 3 ticks. So as soon as you see the black spot underneath you, move away and then click on soul split, do a threshold ability, and then as soon as she starts attacking again, put prey range back on just to get some free life points. It'll save some food in the long run and maybe even get you the kill. So guys, that's all you need to know for the shadow phase. As I said at the start, if you want to check out any of the other phases, as soon as they're live, I'll put the annotations right here and at the start of the video. You can click whichever phase you're having trouble with, and definitely I'll go through those videos and try and make them as detailed as possible for you guys.